Welcome back, folks, for part 2 in Circa Capital's Strong Start, Strong Finish series, the College Graduate's Guide to Saving and Investing for a Lifetime. My name is Travis Raish, and I'll be guiding us through part 2 of this 3-part series, which is really guiding and directing college students and recent college graduates towards that retirement that they are hoping for, and helping them get a good start on saving and investing. If you are the parent, though, or the grandparent of a college student and you want to be prepared to discuss the importance of saving and investing early, this series is also for you. And frankly, anybody out there who feels like maybe they have had a little bit of a slow start where their saving and investing is concerned, if you're looking for some reasons, some information, some detail, to give you that edge and give you a little bit of a spurring into action when it comes to saving and investing, it's never too late, and this series can definitely help you as well. In our first part of the recorded series, we covered these first 2 bullet points on this slide, why we should care and when we should start. This part 2 recording is more about how we get started once we've decided to and where we should invest our first dollars. So that's really where we'll be focusing our time here together. Starting off with that first question, how we get started. How do we get started? Well, it's worth spending just a moment here making sure that we all understand what investing really is. Investing is essentially the process of buying something which is likely to increase in value or generate income. A lot of people will ask the question, well, what about buying a car? Does that qualify as an investment? Well, absolutely not, folks. A car is not expected to increase in value or generate income. You might consider it an asset, but it's definitely not an investment. It actually will probably cost you more money over time than you would ever possibly hope to make from that vehicle. People will often talk about investing in themselves by going back to college. Does that qualify as an investment? Absolutely. An investment in college is an investment in you, and you are your single best opportunity for generating wealth and creating value in people's lives. And so from that perspective, even though the money isn't sitting in an account somewhere, invested in something more tangible, college tuition is an investment in you. Okay? A lot of people will refer to the stock market too in terms of gambling. Is investing gambling? We have to ask that question as well to help clarify. Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. With investing, the longer you go without making any really big mistakes, any poor investment decisions, the more certain it is that you will win over time. When you invest, you have many advantages. Your single greatest advantage as an investor is time. So especially when you're young, if you take advantage of the opportunity to save some money and invest it wisely, having that extended period of time will certainly serve you well. Well, if investing is not gambling, is gambling investing? Looking at it from the other perspective, absolutely not. When you gamble, you really can't put anything in your favor. And with gambling, the longer you play, the more certain it is that you will lose. And that definitely does not define the investment process. Investing is putting things in your favor which have the potential to grow and appreciate over time. Okay, so understanding the general nature of investing, when we're ready to commit to that process, how do we go about doing that? I mean, the reality is there's a lot of different accounts there. There are a lot of different ways that we could do, could go. Where should we start? Well, just as an example, the different places you could sock away some money, we have a list of just a few of them here. If your company offers a retirement plan, your employer, 401k or a 403b plan, as they're commonly known. That's a place that you could put some money and then invest it. Tax-free individual retirement arrangement accounts, also known as Roth IRA accounts. Well, those are accounts that are available to us as investors as well. Tax-deferred individual retirement arrangements, a traditional IRA account, yet another variation on the theme. And then we have taxable accounts of all shapes and sizes and forms, margin accounts and things like that. There literally is there are many, many different ways that we could go when we decide to save and invest our first dollars. And so we've put together some rules of thumb for you, okay, just to try to make this process a little bit simpler. Okay, it's not as common today, but many company-sponsored plans, that retirement plan through your company or business, the 401k plan or the 403b plan. Again, not as common today as it used to be, but very often they will offer a matching contribution. That means if you put in some money, your company will match it. They'll give you some free money. So if your company offers a matching contribution, you want to invest at least the amount you need to get that full match. Okay, even if the investment options within that plan are not all that great, you really can't argue with free money. Okay, and then contributions to your company-sponsored plan reduce your income today, and your investments grow tax-deferred. So you're getting that double benefit of avoiding taxes today and over the years as your investments grow. A great place to put your first dollars for investing. Second, you might select the Roth IRA account. Your contributions in a Roth IRA account don't reduce your income today the way the 401k plan or 403b plan might, but your investments grow tax-deferred, so you avoid the tax man there, and then when you take the money out in retirement, you get to take that money out tax-free. Again, a real benefit. Your contributions to a Roth IRA account are limited, though. If you're eligible for one of these accounts, they're limited to up to $5,000 per year. Okay. Third, your third choice. Your third choice in our rule of thumb process here is to use a traditional IRA account. Your total contributions between a Roth or a regular IRA account or a traditional IRA account cannot exceed $5,000 in a year. So if you've already put $5,000 into a Roth, you can't use this. If you were not eligible to invest in a Roth, you might be eligible to invest in this account, though, in a traditional IRA account. And depending on your income, not all of that might be tax deductible for you today, but contributions to a traditional IRA account also grow tax deferred. Again, a real benefit of those accounts. And last but not least, and not to dismiss it, but the traditional brokerage account. Okay, you don't really get many taxable benefits, immediate or otherwise, by putting money into a brokerage account, but you can save as much as you want. Okay, contributions don't again help you from a tax perspective today. But you can access the money at any time. There are no restrictions on that, whereas with all of the retirement accounts that we discussed, you really can't access that money until you're in your retirement. Otherwise, you're going to pay a penalty. Even within a traditional taxable brokerage account, if you invest wisely, you might only pay minimal taxes along the way as your account grows. But it's that complete flexibility that is so desirable. Well, still, there's a lot of options here. We talked about the thought process, but let's use an example here. Okay, just a hypothetical example. John just graduated from UGA, and he's landed a job paying him $50,000 per year. His employer has a 401k plan which will match his contributions 50 cents on the dollar up to 6%, and he wants to save 20% of his income. And 20%, that number is a little higher than what the conventional wisdom says, which is more like 10%, but we know that 10% doesn't really get the job done from our previous series. 20% at least gives you a good opportunity of being in a position of strength. So John wants to follow along those lines. He wants to save and invest $10,000. That's 20% of his income. He should start by taking full advantage of that matching contribution from his employer. Okay? If he saves 6%, his employer will contribute 3%. So in this case, he's going to save $3,000 of the total $10,000 that he's targeting. With that remaining $7,000, John should then contribute $5,000 to a Roth account, Roth IRA account, because he's eligible to do so based on his level of income. And then the remaining $2,000 to get him up to his $10,000 total savings goal, he could either add more to his 401k account to reduce his income taxes if he wanted to, or he could save that in a regular taxable brokerage account. Again, some of the choices and decisions that you might make if you find yourself in that situation. Well, let's take a look at another example. It's a little bit more extreme, I guess you could say. Heather just graduated from Emory and has landed a job paying her $90,000 per year. Boy, wouldn't that be nice, right? Her employer has a 401k plan which will match her contributions dollar for dollar up to 3%. That means if Heather puts in 3, her employer will put in 3 as well. She wants to save 50% of her income. What should she do? Now, I know that number might strike some of us as just crazy and outlandish. 50% of her income, for most people, that's really not a doable number. They can't even imagine the thought of saving 50%. But from our previous session, remember, if you can commit to that level of savings, you may only work for 15 years before you've saved enough to retire. And if you're doing that at 25, you might be retiring at 40. That's definitely something worth considering. In Heather's case, she wants to save and invest $45,000. That's half of her $90,000 income. She should start by taking full advantage of her matching contribution. If she puts in 3, her employer is going to put in 3. And so she's going to save $2,700. With the remaining amount, she wants to save 45. She's committed $2,700 to her 401k plan. She should then try to fund her Roth IRA account with $5,000 because she's eligible to do so based on her income. You reduce that amount there, $42,300 minus that $5,000 contribution. She still needs to sock away $37,300. She could probably add a little more to her 401k account to reduce her income tax bill further, and then the remainder could go into a regular taxable brokerage account. And everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different. Okay, this just gives you a couple of examples, kind of a higher end scenario and a lower end scenario, or a mid-range scenario, to give you some food for thought in that area. In our next session, we're going to focus on some of the decisions that you can make where your investments are concerned. And knowing that everybody's situation is different, sometimes we just want a little bit of specific help. Okay, it's fine to watch videos and seminars and read things online, but sometimes touching base with a professional really is the best way to go. They can give a little bit of guidance and direction, and will show you how you can understand if the person you're talking to is the right person or a good fit for you. So part 3 of our series will be dedicated to these last 2 elements. Where can you go for additional help if you need it, and what investments should you choose within each of your individual accounts? And just a little bit about Circa Capital so you can know our point of view. We do believe that everyone can achieve financial success, but financial success is achieved intentionally. We help our clients achieve financial success by educating them about how money and investing works, by helping them set appropriate financial goals, and by investing their money and helping them invest in ways which have proven successful for generations of investors. My name, again, is Travis Raish. I've enjoyed this time with you. Please look forward to part 3 of our series. Thank you.